All right, so we are trying a new type of video today. Someone requested that I react to Jakob Ingebrigtsen's 5K European Champs win. And I thought this would be a cool new, maybe content series I can do where I talk about races of the past and like new races that have just happened and kind of react to how they play out, what I think of the tactics going on in the race, stuff like that. So, because I follow the Diamond League, the pro scene closely. So, we could do marathons, like the late stages of marathons as well. Obviously, not watch the full marathon, but yeah. So today we're going to do, as requested, Jakob Ingebrigtsen's 5K European Champs victory here, and then I'm just doing like a 3 minute kind of. It's just like a recap of the like critical parts of the race, and then we're gonna do on the same video Matt Centrowitz 1500-meter gold in Rio. Hot start to this. I think next video we will do Cole Hawker winning Paris would be an awesome one. We could do Josh Kerr mile world record, whatever. Let me know what you guys want to do. Any races. We could go all the way back to like old school races. Like, Mo Farah is not super old school. We could do like Mo Farah title wins. We could do Haile Gebrselassie, Garouge, all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, anyway, kicking off the series with a couple exciting races. So let's dive into Jakob winning the 5K gold. This is about a 3 minute recap. So I'll just talk through what I'm thinking as I'm watching the race. All right, so I didn't watch this race live, but I did hear that he went straight to the back. Let's see where he is. Okay, so he's on the outside. So Jimmy Gressier is behind him, and Jimmy was probably the guy that Jakob had eyes on. Brem, the German in this race, as well as 12:56 guy, so fast runner. I remember Brian Fay right here in Ireland. I'll pause it. From Ireland. He ran at University of Washington, I believe, for a bit. And then also right here, Isaac Kameli, if you guys can see here, he was, I believe, silver at Worlds in the 5K. So like this was a decently stacked field. It wasn't a crazy stacked field, but there were some hitters in this race for sure. Like Jakob opening up at this race was not a guaranteed victory. And then of course, like, I'll let them run by here. But yeah, Jimmy Gressier won the world's 10K last year, beat Grant Fisher in that race. So pretty legit. Okay, so here we go. We're at 4K, 10:48, 2:41K. So we're on pace for, oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that was two Irish guys pushing each other. So I'll pause it here again. 2:41K. I mean, that's like 13:05 pace. So pace is ramping up. The end result was a 13:15. So the early stages of this race were slow. And now, it's getting down to nitty gritty. They're clearly, things are happening. People are shoving. They're trying to get in position, knowing that there's 2.5 laps left in this race. And so let's go back a bit because I want to see if they finished in 13:15. Let me go back a hair here. Let's see what their... Okay, so 10:48, so that means they closed in public math 2:27. So yeah, a bit under like 60-second quarter average there. So yeah, pretty impressive stuff. 2:27 is a nice close in the 5K. All right, so Gressier takes the lead shortly after 4K. And Jakob's here in third, so he's boxed in a little bit. I think the important thing is he's on the inside rail. He's not wasting energy on the outside like Labalu here. Labalu is a great Swiss runner as well, very competitive on the Diamond League circuit, world champs. It's a pretty stacked field. All right, so Jakob's been in a good spot here. I like it. The only thing is when it gets down to the last lap, he's going to have to find himself not boxed in. I think he does end up being boxed in, but I think, honestly, Gressier made a mistake here taking the lead this early and pushing on. Here's Brem coming on the outside, Kameli. So these are the players we were expecting at this point in the race. But, I mean, I think the confidence is a little too high from Gressier here, knowing that Jakob is behind him. I wouldn't have gone to the lead yet. if I'm Gressier, I'm waiting for that last like 400, 300 meters to go to make my move. I don't think he needs to be pressing this early. He needs to trust his kick. I think he should have done that instead of, because the long squeeze doesn't work on Jakob. Jakob is the king of the long squeeze. He can rip the last K of a race. So Gressier doing that, I don't think was the move. All right, 400 to go. That last lap was a 60, so Jakob closes in 54 here, 154 and change the last 800 really fast. See, so Gressier is going to run out of gas here because he won too early. He started squeezing too early. I think he really should have got second in this race at the worst, and I think he put himself in a bad position pushing too soon here. So Jakob's in a good spot, like to kick, but he's boxed in a bit. Brem, if I'm Jakob, I want to be in Brem's spot right here. Brem is in a great spot to take the win here. If he's on the shoulder with 100 to go, so many pro races, if you're on the shoulder with 100 to go, that is the spot you want to be in to win a race. So here's Jakob boxed in, and he's going to have to make a move on the outside around this French guy. And luckily the French guy lets him go. That could have been tight. Jakob could have fell there, but Jakob, 100 meters to go, absolute nasty burst of speed. Brem's trying to hang on. Again, Gressier, I think, made a mistake there pushing too early on. I think he needed to trust his kick a little more instead of squeezing with a K to go. But yeah, Jakob, man, he's back. That's not a super slow race, 13:15, not a crazy fast race either, but to close in 54, he's back. So here we go. Here's the top 8. So Jakob wins, of course. Florian Brem second, shortly behind, and then Jimmy fell off to 4th. Frenchman Etienne Deguinos. I'm not too familiar with him. Interesting to see a Norwegian guy in 5th as well, not too far off. So Norway, maybe going to have some other hitters in the future. We'll see. So I think Jakob trained some with this guy. He's been training with some top Norwegian guys I've seen on socials. So anyway, pretty exciting race. My main takeaways are Jakob's, his last K was fast. His last 800 was fast. His last 400 was fast. Last 100 was sub 13. So yeah, really nasty burst of speed there. Classic Jakob. He put himself in a bad position with 100 to go, like 200, 300 to go. He was boxed in. Luckily, the Frenchman, Deguinos, I believe, is who he had to go in front of there with 100 to go, let him pass. That easily could have been a fall for Jakob if Deguinos held his ground. And then Gressier won too soon. I think Gressier has a great kick. He needed to trust that kick instead of taking the lead super early and burning himself. So pretty exciting race though. Championship 5Ks are really fun to watch. All right, so yeah, exciting way to start the video. Let's move over to oh man. Let's break this race down a little bit first. So Matt Centrowitz was not the favorite in this race at all. And you can see here Ben Blankenship, there's some OGs in this race. So Centro, known good kicker, but he was not favored to win this race. There was a couple Kenyan athletes I would definitely have ranked that we'll talk about in the video that I would rank above him in this race. Nick Willis is here, classic. I think he gets second or third. I think he gets third in this race, and then McLuffy gets second maybe. We'll have to watch and verify. I believe those are the medalists, but yeah, fun to see Ben Blankenship in here as well. He's a ultra trail runner now, which is really interesting to go from 1500 to ultra trail. You don't see that too often, but let's start this race. I remember watching this in high school, and I was at my friend's house. A bunch of my high school teammates were over, and we freaked out watching this race. It was epic. So really excited to tune in. Wait, no, I graduated high school in 2014. I was at my high school friend. I was in college at this point, 2 years into college, but I was at my friend's house watching this. So anyway, let's dive in to the Rio 1500 final. All right, so Bustos was not a hitter in this race. Rogers Kwemoy was being labeled by Canova as the next big thing in Kenya. Or Ronald Kwemoy was labeled as the next big thing in Kenya, but he's been super injury prone. So he never really, he's ran some good times, but he never really became what they said he would be. Ben Blankenship, classic. He was a staple in the 1500 scene in the US for a long time. Nick Willis, classic. What a beast. Really long, successful career. Huge fan of him. All right, moving on to Canadian. Nate Brandon, he ran at Michigan. He had a very good pro career. He was pretty consistently making finals, never medaled, but really good runner. Charlie Grice, classic from Great Britain here. He was kind of prominent in like the Mo Farah era of British distance running. I don't think he ever medaled at a global stage though. McLuffy won gold in 2012, I believe, in the 1500. A lot of people think he was doping. He's never been convicted, but I think he was doping. Ryan Gregson, Australia's best 1500 guy in this time frame. He fell off pretty hard shortly after this race, but had a good career in the 2010s. This guy was not a hitter in this race. Not super familiar with him. Let's see here. Centrowitz. Look at this guy. Look how young he is. Epic. Dude is confident. His dad's in the stands too, his sister in this race. Okay, so here's the favorite of this race, Asbel Kiprop. He was the best guy in the world at the time, had a insane long stride. He got popped for doping shortly, maybe not shortly after this, couple years after this. Iguiter was a hitter for sure, the Moroccan. He was a hitter in this race, absolutely. Very consistent on the Diamond Leagues, top 3, top 4 Diamond League guy. And then, oh yeah, Suleiman. He fell off too. He kind of fell into some people think he was doping too from Djibouti. Consistent on the Diamond League guy, medalist. Gosh, probably had several world championships in the 8 or 1500. So stacked field, really exciting. Some really interesting tactics in this race. So let's see. Okay, so they get off the line slow, very slow. So the Spaniard goes to the front. Centrowitz pretty much leads this race wire to wire, if I recall. So they're 14 and change through the 100, decently fast, nothing crazy. So look at Kiprop in the back here. Mistake number 1, Asbel Kiprop right here. He was the favorite to win this race. I'll pause it here so you can get a good look at him. Oh, the camera blocked him here. Okay, so Kiprop was the favorite to win this race for sure. He's had won gold at Worlds before, and he got a little too cocky in this race, I think, because we'll point out later in this race, he finds himself way too far behind, way too late in this race, has to make a huge move and absolutely burns his kick. So anyway, let's keep watching. So here's Centrowitz, 200 split is crazy slow, like 31, 32 seconds. Let's see what the 300 split is. You can tell they're jogging. I mean, you can tell in a fast 1500 when they're really moving and they're jogging. I mean, they're going over 4-minute mile pace so 49 second 300 there. They're like, I don't know, what is it, like 4:16 mile pace? So yeah, these guys are absolutely cakewalk jogging around. It's funny that official almost got hit. It kind of puts pressure on the high jumpers there because they got to get going before the guys pass around again. 66 second 400 meters. So we're talking 4:25, 4:26 full mile pace here. Absolutely jogging. At this point, it's all about positioning unless someone makes a hard move. But everyone seems pretty content with jogging here. Kiprop's still in the back. Centrowitz perfectly happy keeping it a slow pace. This was Centrowitz's best chance to win. If this was a sub 3:30 race, Centrowitz would not have won this race. Kiprop would have won this race 100%. Even if it's a 3:30 low pay race, maybe Centrowitz gets silver or bronze. I don't think he wins the race. So Centrowitz was very confident in his kick going into this race. Had some great workouts. I remember he was coached by Salazar for this race. Had some nasty 800 meter style workouts. Okay, big fall here. That was Quemoy. This happens in slow tactical races like this. So getting a little chippy up front too. It's funny because he's able to catch up actually. Yeah, he catches up in like 10 seconds. So that just tells you how slow they're going here. So Centrowitz still leading. The Americans 1-2. Got Blankenship up front. You got to think okay, so even slower second lap, 69 seconds. I mean, I could be comfortably running in this field. So if that, tells you anything. So, okay, now Suleiman's injecting some pace here. They're picking it up, definitely going pace. But Centrowitz does not want to give up the lead. He is refusing to give up the lead. You can still tell people are getting position. It's slow. But Centrowitz refuses to give up the lead here. He's fully committed to leading this race wire to wire. Okay, now Suleiman is taking the lead. Centrowitz still has the inside, though. Suleiman should have gone to the... Centrowitz almost stepped off the track there. He could have been removed. So, Okay, now people are making, look at this right here. Look at this right here. All of these guys, so that's a Guider, McCluskey, like a couple of the big hitters here. They're making a bid for the lead at the bell. 1,500 guys like to have the lead at the bell. Centrowitz is like refusing to give up his position, which I love. Like tactical masterclass here by Centrowitz. The pace is slow. I have no problem with him leading the race at this point in time. Look at Quemoy, who fell earlier, so he had to catch up. Now he's in like lane 3 trying to move up in this race. I can already tell you, like, from a tactical standpoint, as fast as Centrowitz is going to close this race, Quemoy in lane 3 at this point of the race is like, he's not going to win the race, guaranteed. So, but now, you know, now it's a full sprint. Who is the fastest 400? They have jogged leading into this point. They're going very slow. Now it's an all-out sprint. Who has the best 400-meter speed in this field? So that's going to determine who wins the race. So Centrowitz refuses to give up the lead here. And look, so the favorite Kiprop, 300 to go. Look how far back he is. What position is he? So you have Centrowitz, prime position, Aguirre, great positioning, McCluskey as well, good positioning, Charlie Grice, who we talked about. Nick Willis is right here in the middle of the pack, good positioning. Suleiman's here. And then Kiprop is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th place. So like, and with 300 meters to go, look, I mean, look at like the gap here that Kiprop has to make up. So yeah, just horrible positioning. If he was like second or third hip, he probably wins this race. And I mean, that just goes to show in a race like the 1500, it's all about tactics. Like still, even if you're the fastest guy in the race, you have to run the race the right way. And he just like totally disrespected this field. So, and he got popped for doping later. So look at this huge surge Kiprop's making now. There's his race. There's his kick right there. He just completely burned himself, passing like the whole half the field to get up with Centrowitz. Centrowitz has been on the inside rail the whole race. He's had to make no move. Like he had to hold off people in the race, but Centrowitz ran the shortest distance of anyone in this race. He was on the inside lane the entire time. Look at these guys kicking now. Look at McCluskey here. He had to go wide on the turn. Aguirre's in a good spot. Kiprop has burned himself with 300 meters to go, passing the field. And look at Suleiman. He's way wide. He had to go way wide on the turn. Complete mistakes from all the favorites in this race. Centrowitz ran the shortest distance. That's why he's going to win this race. He had a great kick too. He ran like 50 point in the kick. Here's Nick Willis surging. Okay, I was right with the top 3. Very nice. So Centrowitz closes in 50.6, McCluskey second, Nick Willis third. Again, and I love this. Centrowitz is like, I can't believe this just happened. But the big takeaway from this race is like, one, man, still get goosebumps watching this race. Ooh. Centrowitz ran the shortest distance in this race. Extremely important in a 1500 race where it's especially like slow, it's coming down to an all-out kick. When you are being asked to close in 50 point to win a 1500 meter race, you want to run the shortest distance possible. Centrowitz put himself on the inside of lane 1 the entire race. He had prime positioning going to the last lap, fought for the inside rail, knew that was going to be important. And Kiprop made that huge move with 300 to go, completely burned his kick, didn't even medal. Nick Willis, again, like a total savant at the 1500, like knew exactly, like so many world championship finals, Olympic finals, knew exactly what he was doing. Tactical masterclass from him as well. And McCluskey, I think he was dirty. You know, I don't know if he ever got popped, but didn't love seeing him in second. But Centrowitz gold, 50.6 close. That's about as epic as it gets right there. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the race breakdowns. Let me know which ones. There's so many we can choose from. So we could do like Dave Waddle, 800 meter classic too, if you guys know, you know. But yeah, let me know what other races you guys want me to break down. We'll maybe start doing these more often if this video does well. So anyway, thanks guys. Have a great rest of your day.